So anyway, when we left off a minute ago, you were at Salt Lake City.
Colorado. Colorado, Dante. Keep up, man.
Okay, but
We're
now
moving.
you're
We're
heading to
moving along.
Colorado.
We're in Colorado.
Okay, tell me about Colorado.
And then I jogged south to hit Colorado because I was really curious about
Ah,
some of the towns of Colorado. So,
mm-hmm.
so I went in. Actually, I got to look at a map. I forget precisely, except I went in the west side of Colorado at Grand Junction.
I, got-
Yeah.
I printed out a map, but it's so tiny I can't read it.
Okay. Although
And it,
you are staring at a computer, you could just bring up
yeah,
a web
I
page.
could pull it up. No need. We'll in the banner below, and we're gonna put the map between where are we right now? Salt Lake City, between
Mhm.
Salt Lake City and Denver, Colorado. Boom, right there. Ah, look.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. I like
All right.
it. Look at all those little towns in between.
So I'm here in the town of Aspen, Colorado, and really, really beautiful city, really nice. And also they've got all these beautiful white bark trees, and they're everywhere. It just gives the whole city just a really nice woodsy feel. It's really awesome. I mean, I don't know what these trees are called. It's probably like Aspen's city tree or something. Like they should name like a park after these trees because they're everywhere. Yeah, that's all. See ya. So I'm leaving Aspen, Colorado. Man, what a great old town. Just beautiful. The architecture is fantastic. Every home is unique. A lot of gingerbread houses. Even the smaller, 3-4 bedroom houses each have typically a distinctive design in addition to then, the 10, 12 bedroom places up on the hillsides, which are fucking incredible. Now, the only problem, obviously, is that you can't afford to live there. All right, so here I am at Continental Divide, Freedom Gap, I believe it's called, here in Colorado. I'm in the rain, but it sure is nice out here. I'm going to head on down to Colorado Springs. Hopefully the weather will be a little nicer. Alrighty. Going from the west, Grand Junction, across the Rockies, which is gorgeous, just an absolutely beautiful stretch of land. Highly recommend it. And then drop me down into Colorado Springs. My grandmother lived in Colorado Springs. And I've been there once or twice when I was a kid. I remember the Garden of the Gods is a place, an outdoor, not a park, but a area that they've set aside, and there's big rock formations and things, which is really nice. So I went there again and drove around it. Also, Cave of the Winds. I remember as a kid, we went to the Cave of the Winds, which is up on this canyon, and you go in and it's like a cavern. You walk in and see the stalactites and stuff. And so I went up there, and they've added a whole bunch of stuff to it. So now it's like its own, like a real destination. And it's pretty cool. Like I would go back there. Thought it was cool. I didn't go to the cave this time. I didn't have time. Anyway, so love Colorado Springs. Big thumbs up. Big thumbs up. Then went north to Denver. I didn't know what to think about Denver. I've heard people say they like Denver, but that it's not like in their top tier. And I could see that. It's a good city. It's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with Denver.
But people are flocking to Denver right now. It's one of the cities people are flocking to move to.
The problem with Denver, and it's not a problem, but just they do have a small river, and it's a cloudy river. It's so there is some water, but it's not great water. It's not Boise kind of water. It's not Portland kind of water.
So if it had a great river, would it go from here to here because it had a great river?
Oh, yeah.
Great river can take it up a couple of notches.
Couple notches, yeah.
What about the Rockies? The beautiful Rocky Mountains.
People say that. They say, "Oh yeah, but Denver's got the backdrop of the Rockies." No, it's not. The Rockies are far away. You never see the mountains. Wherever you are in Denver, you're looking up and you see a building. You don't see the Rockies.
I didn't know that.
Now in Colorado Springs, that's the backdrop of the Rockies. You see the Rockies in Colorado Springs, and then also I went to Boulder. From Denver, I went up to Boulder. Boulder, backdrop of the Rockies, right there, like right in your face. So you hear about that in Denver. I didn't see the mountains when I was in Denver at all.
Okay, maybe people are moving to the Denver area. Maybe it's not necessarily
it's big, yeah.
Denver. Like Boulder,
That could be,
Colorado Springs, because I know we're talking hour and a half from Denver.
it's big. Yeah, exactly. Like from Colorado Springs in the south, it's probably an hour to Denver, and then an hour to Fort Collins. So 2 hours from that section of
The highlight,
people.
number one highlight of driving through Denver. It's number one.
Hard to say exactly. I love state capitals. Like it just so happens in the past, when I go to a state and it happens to be the city that has the capital, I go see it, and I always enjoy it. Turns out I've been hitting a lot of state capitals, and Denver, the one big city in our great nation that is the state capital. Most capitals are in a smaller city. Denver has the
Oh,
state
wow.
capital. I actually slept right across the street from the capital in
Really?
Denver.
Wow.
Yeah.
You felt safe? State troopers nearby?
Yeah. hmm
I don't know, trooper,
Right.
whatever.
Although when you're sleeping in your car, that's actually not typically a good thing. But
Knock, knock,
worked
knock.
out fine. Exactly.
What are you doing?
Now the good thing with me when I'm lying flat, like I'm not in my seat where you just kind of lean back and they see you. Like I'm
They don't know you're in there.
on the
They don't
floor.
know.
They
You don't
know
have
I'm in
tinted
there.
windows, do you? Yeah.
I don't, and I could get the things for the windows,
Yeah.
like the shiny things to put up. Then I'd be like inconspicuous as
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
get out. But I don't even do that. I just, you know, what the hell is that?
That is an interruption phone call. So I'm gonna.
Mm-hmm. Well, by all means, do what's important. You know.
Okay, I got to get this. One sec. Bobby, sup?
Forget the money.
So I take it you don't want to invest in the Ken and Dante show coin.
What do they say?
What are you doing?
What am I doing? I'm talking to an empty telephone.
Jeez, really making the point. Whew. Somebody woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Okay. Didn't know it was on. All right, you're leaving Denver. Now you're heading to Heading north.
North to Boulder. And Boulder is a pretty big deal. My parents met there at a bar called The Sink. They both went to the University of Colorado there at Boulder. And they met on St. Patrick's Day. My mother had never seen green beer and wanted to go see green beer, so she went out with some friends, and my dad was there. And they got married about a year or so later.
You got a long ways from Denver to Omaha, Nebraska. How do you get to Omaha?
I go north, as anybody would.
Okay.
Now you get that's a joke though, right? Because Omaha is east. See, it was a great joke, and you just right
Well,
over
I
your
mean,
head.
I thought you meant you went northeast. You got to go north before you can go east.
No, I went north. Colorado Springs, Denver, Boulder, Fort Collins, straight line north. Oh, and Cheyenne, Wyoming.
In Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Straight line
Wow.
north.
Okay. Tell me about Cheyenne, Wyoming. That's intriguing.
Okay, so Cheyenne. Yeah, you don't hear about Cheyenne that much. I was very curious. Kind of has an Old West kind of mystique, or at least kind of either Old West or New West, both mystiques. Only 60,000 people there. I saw the sign as I drove in to see the sign, and so 60,000 people, and it does not look like a big city. The downtown, it's got a downtown. It's trying. They got some breweries. They got a few things. It's just not
Is it
lively.
beautiful?
It's
Like,
not,
are you surrounded by beauty? No.
I mean, it's not ugly, but it's not pretty. You know, it's not Colorado pretty. It's not Oregon
Got it.
pretty. And of course, Yellowstone Park is in the
Yeah.
upper west corner,
far.
and those are
Yeah.
mountains. Yeah, like when you're in the Rockies, the mountains are incredible, just
Yeah.
mind blowing. But when you get down in the flat area,
So
it's
Cheyenne,
just,
Wyoming,
it's just flat.
not in the running
Yeah.
for, like, you're not gonna move to Cheyenne, Wyoming.
And not moving to Cheyenne. Now, again, it's interesting in that it's kind of like a scrappy, getting the job done kind of town.
Got it.
And so I appreciated that part of it. Oh, and a lot of oil. Like Cheyenne, there's a few refineries. Actually, Denver too. Denver's got refineries on the outside
Yeah.
the city, and Cheyenne has refineries outside the city. So, it's trying. It's you know, it's doing its best. It just doesn't have the resources to be like the other good cities.
This little